basically streaming this just out of pure convenience because it'll automatically upload to YouTube when I'm done. And I'm just gonna do it live, you know, like Bill O'Reilly always said, fuck it, do it live. So, here we are. And, that's distracting. Basically, I'm screwing around. I was playing the game and eventually crashed, so I decided to stop playing online, play some offline, and I'm just looking at the character select screen because it was always fascinating looking at the full select screen. Remember before Goku and Vegeta were a part of it, and then eventually I made a video using Goku and Vegeta fill in the blanks, and I mean here's every character that's available so far, with the obviously with the characters unlocked. This is everything that you could possibly have, which most people playing this game probably have. Their character select screen probably looks similar to this. When it comes to Bardock and Brawly, I'll do a quick review. They're awesome. I don't regret either character, and normally when it comes to fighting games and DLC, the first few characters are the ones I'm kind of like, eh, and then it gets better later on. But this is a very strong case of two great, solid first characters. So, yeah, Bardock, Brawly, great. But, yeah. So this is basically just going to be a normal style video, even though I'm broadcasting, it's not actual live. But I might maybe stream a little bit more gameplay after. But I wanted to talk about, you know, I've discussed before how I really like this character select screen because Goku and Frieza parallel each other, and then Krillin and 18 parallel each other. Gohan and Boo parallel, and then Gohan and the other Boo parallel. And basically, it just, every character that should be paralleling makes sense. The two lackeys on Earth, the two lackeys on the villain team, like, I guess Frieza's lackeys, they all, like, everyone parallels each other in a great way. Vegeta Blue is the only character who I'm like, why is he over here? But it's, you think about it, he parallels Goku Blue, so it makes sense. But it is kind of like, why, you know, if normal Vegeta's over here, neither one of these characters were villains when they debuted. I mean, Saiyan Vegeta, I'm thinking Saiyan Vegeta will be right here. Right next to Brawly. Right here, right under Nappa. First of all, having Vegeta and Nappa right by each other, that's really cool. But second of all, it's like one space away from Blue Vegeta, which would mean normal Goku will probably be placed right here. And so normal Goku will be right next to Super Saiyan Blue Goku. And I would say, like, it'd be cooler if he was on the same row as normal Goku, but Gohan, they're not on the same row. Blue Goku and Yellow Goku are not on the same row. So, plus, yeah, then you could have normal Goku right next to Bardock, right here. But I'm thinking, I don't think normal Saiyan characters are going to be the next one announced. My theory is they'll probably be the third announced. And the second one announced will be Fused Zamasu and Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. And I'm thinking they'll be down here. Mainly because, for one, this bottom row is kind of like the characters who don't really parallel with each other at all. Obviously, you could say like 21 Gears parallel, but I mean, not really. They're just kind of in the middle to like even everything out. But what we do have is, you know, like Gohan and Boo have no relation, Piccolo and Hit, no relation, Goku Black and Gotenks, no relation. So, I'm thinking Vegeta will be right here, and then Fuse Zamasu will be right here, right next to his friend Goku Black, which is half of Fuse Zamasu. So, I think that's, you know, to me, obviously that just makes the most sense as far as character placement goes. Not that characters, like, you know, have to be next to people that they should be next to, but, like, no, they're not, people aren't next to their friends, like, 18's not next to her friends, unless you count 16, but, kind of, he's below. Which, I do want to point out, Trunks is paralleling 16, which is perfect. And Bardock paralleling Brawly is good, because they're movie characters, and most movie characters are not going to be able to have any interaction with each other at all, but the fact that they're both Saiyans is a cool touch. And, in a way, Bardock is right next to his son. It's not next to, like, the main character Goku, but it is next to a Goku, and that's good. And you could say Goku Blue is more important than Goku Yellow in these games, so... And then, yeah, so after that, since I'm thinking normal Goku will be here as the third DLC, and Vegeta will be right here as the second DLC, I'm thinking the 4th DLC will be 17 and Cooler together, which is the most particularly strange case because the other characters all go hand in hand together. Like, there's a strong chance that normal Goku and normal Vegeta, because we already know that they're based off the Saiyan Saga, will have special intros and outros just for each other, and there'll probably be a dramatic finish with Goku and Vegeta. There'll probably be a dramatic finish with Vegito and Fuse Zamasu. There's definitely going to be a lot of lines with them. Of course, with Vegito, there's going to be lines out the ass with every character. Trunks is going to have a... Because, you know, imagine what Future Trunks would say to Vegito. Now, if Bardock says something to Future Trunks, let me tell you, Future Trunks and Vegito are going to say something to each other. Gohan will probably say something. Gotenks? Oh, shit, that's another good thing. Vegito will be right here next to Gotenks, the 2 Fuse characters. I didn't even think about that. So, not only will Zamasu be right next to Goku Black, but right next to Gotenks, we'll have Vegito. That's really cool. That's a really cool idea. I'm down with that. So yeah, they're definitely going to be right here. And I think that also 100% confirms they're going to be second, mainly because I don't think they would do Saiyan Saga characters right after Bardock and Broly, because that's like this, you know, I feel like they would jump to Super next. That's probably, and plus people are really wanting Vegito already. So I'm thinking, yeah, Fuse Zamasu and Vegito will be right here, and they'll be next, because I also don't think they'll have this row filled out before they do this, and I definitely don't think they're going to do a corner character like diagonally with these 2 Blink. So, I mean, look, I don't have any real evidence to back up anything I'm saying, but I'm just saying from a stylistic design point, the character select screen is designed so well and so beautifully, in my opinion. This is probably the best character placement you could have ever done with given all of the characters. Like, maybe there's a few cases where you'd be like, what if you might want Gohan next to Goku or something, but when you have to consider all of the characters, this is one of the most aesthetically well-designed character select screen that accommodates every single character. Plus also puts Teen Gohan next to Piccolo, and with Adult Gohan being next to Krillin and Goku, which kind of makes more sense for where they were at the time in their lives. And of course, Gotenks being next to Piccolo is a great choice too. So I'm definitely thinking Vegito will be next right here, filling this role out. I could eat my words, and we could have the Saiyan Saga characters right next with here, but they're definitely going to be right here, guys. Saiyan Saga are going to be right here. I can promise you that. And then Android 17 will be all the way in this bottom left corner, which is very particular, because yes, it'll be 17 from Super, and Super debuted 17 as a good guy. In Super, 17 was never a bad guy. He was the only bad guy in Z. But if he was over here on this side anyway, Blue Vegito is the only character who debuted as a good guy who's on the bad guy side. All these other characters at least debuted as bad guys in Z. You know, it's like Yamcha and Nappa debuted as bad guys. You could even say Krillin did. But that was in Dragon Ball. In Dragon Ball Z, these guys were good guys since the start of the show. Vegeta didn't debut as a good guy in Z, but Super Saiyan Vegeta debuted as a good guy. So, yeah, the only bad one is Blue Vegeta being over here. But really, it's not that bad, because you could argue Frieza's a good guy. You could argue 18 is a good guy. You could argue Kid Buu is a good guy because of Oob. You could definitely argue 16 is a good guy. You know, like, these 2 are good guys. They just are. You know, you could argue, like, basically almost everyone on the side could be a good guy besides, like, these 3 and this bozo right here, and plus Cell. Cell is kind of always evil. Even though he was, like, a more respected martial artist compared to the other villains, Cell was the only guy who just wanted to be in martial arts fighting. Once he got perfect, he just wanted to fight. So, Super 17. Yeah, I'm sure some people wish Super 17 was in the game, but 17 will be right here. And Cooler will be right here. And that, to me, that's as good as it can get. Cooler and 17 are definitely odd ones, because they'll be the only DLC that won't have any, like, dialogue together at all, probably. There's really nothing that connects those 2 at all. the fact that they put in 3 movie characters is really an odd choice to me, and the fact that they're doing 17 from Super is crazy, because in this game, every single character is, besides the movie characters, is from either, like, basically, this game is, basically, it's like everything up to the Goku Black arc. You know, even in the story mode, Gohan talks about how he's still training. You know, this mystic version of Gohan isn't really the Gohan, like, he's, I don't know. This Gohan's basically based off the Buu Saga Gohan, but you could say it still works with how he is in Super, but really, in the story mode, Gohan is still training to become stronger. He's not at his full potential, whereas in the tournament survival arc, he is definitely, like, he's one of the top tier characters on the team. He's one of the best characters on the team, and he lasts a lot longer than a lot of other characters, you know? Of course, 17 being the true MVP definitely makes him deserve. It makes him, to me, like, I thought it was fine having 17 just be 18's buddy, but the fact that 17 actually won the tournament, and he was so cool this whole arc. I mean, he was the real MVP all the way through. He did so many great things, and there was a really, really sad scene when he sacrificed himself, and he was the first character on our, really, he was the first character in that arc who died not because the universe didn't exist. He just died. And that was really shocking. And then when he turned out to not be dead, they waited a few episodes. So in my mind, 17 was dead. So seeing him again, I literally was clapping, watching the screen. I was just clapping. I was so happy to see him. So he definitely deserves to be here now. And I've really gotten over Saiyan Saga Goku and Saiyan Saga Vegeta. However, these DLC choices are very strange. Again, especially because 3 movie characters is an odd choice to do. And then 1 character from beyond Goku Black arc, and having all the characters be 17. It just makes me think that there's a big possibility for a Season 2 of DLC characters. And what I'm thinking is, if they do a Season 2 of DLC characters, look who's above Goku and Frieza, you have random. But look how my cursor can go up here. Now, obviously, my cursor can go way out here, too. But, and they could even redesign the entire thing and call the game, you know, Dragon Ball Fighterz Gold or whatever, or something, you know, and just change everything. But, I'm thinking there is room for, you could even put characters, like, on this outside, too. And, of course, they could expand the cursor area. But they could put 4 here, and then 4 right up here. They could easily do that. And I would say we'd have to try to quickly think of, like, 4 characters here that would go together with 4 characters here. Now, they don't necessarily have to go together, because we know 17 and Cooler don't go together. But it would have to make some sense, right? So I'm thinking, like, if they did do Khalifa, I always fuck up her name. If they did do Khalifa, I'm thinking maybe not here, because maybe Jiren would be right fucking here. But maybe Khalifa would be right here next to her. But I kind of like the idea of, like, I don't know. Of course, there's always Roshi, Kid Goku. Those are always possibilities over here. There's even the possibility for Ultra Instinct Goku, which, if they did do that, they would make him release right alongside Jiren. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but I'm sure fans would be ecstatic to play as Ultra Instinct Goku in this game. But that would be 4 Gokus. Wait, and then if you count Goku Black, that's 5 Gokus. And then if they do a Kid Goku, that's 6 Gokus. So you could do a match of 3 versus 3 with 6 individually different Gokus. So it would be 6 fighters that are all Goku, who are all different. But that is, of course, if they want to do Ultra Instinct and Kid Goku. They might not do either. But they could do Roshi. If they did Roshi, he'd probably be over here on top of Tien and Yamcha. That'd be a really cool placement, just like with Vegito here and Zamasu over by Goku Black. I'll say this right now. The people who want GT characters in this game, you guys should be... unless you don't believe there will be a Season 2 of characters, the fact that they'll probably have to do another 8 means that you guys should be extremely excited to anticipate the possibility of at least 1 or 2 GT characters. Personally, if they did GT characters, I don't even need them to do heroes. They could do straight up villains. But if they did do heroes, I would love to see Pan. I know a lot of people want to see a Super Saiyan 4 character, but I don't want Super Saiyan 4 Goku, because that would mean they would either do Goku and Vegeta, or else it would kind of be weird. So personally, I would really love to see Super Saiyan 4 Goku here, and then like Baby Vegeta here. But they probably won't even do Baby Vegeta, they'll probably do Omega Shenron. If they do Omega Shenron, the person who has to go up against Omega Shenron, of course, has to be Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, which would be kind of weird to have a character of that power level in the game. But considering Super Saiyan Blue Vegito is going to be in the game, I don't think it's that crazy and ridiculous of a stretch to say Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4, can't allow to be in the game when Super Saiyan Blue Vegito is in the game, and Super Saiyan Blue Vegito could probably sneeze on almost the entire cast of these characters and kill them. It would also be interesting because if they did add in Jiren, a lot of people want to see what would happen if Vegito fought Jiren. A lot of people would want to see if Vegito fought Kefla. So I'm thinking Jiren, Kefla will be up here. Besides that, maybe a GT character, and then maybe another villain from Z to go, or maybe even Dragon Ball, to go alongside Roshi. But you know, notice I didn't even say like I didn't even really say like a considerable 4 characters over here. I just said maybe, you know, maybe this, maybe that. So we'll see. I would really love a Season 2. I think everyone would love a Season 2. And it might not happen, but if it does happen, it'll be amazing. So, yeah. I think that's all I have to say about these character placements and how well they're designed. And I think the thing I really want to take away from this, the thing I really want to say with this theory is that Vegito and Zamasu will be next, and then Goku and Vegeta from the Saiyan Saga, and then last will be 17 and Cooler, and that will be the correct order. So, now when they'll be announced, they'll probably the next batch will probably be announced soon, but when it will actually come out, I don't know. So we'll have to see. But I would probably assume, what, this came out like 2 months after the game? So maybe another 2 months for the next characters? Can we wait that long? Hopefully it's less than that, hopefully it's just a month. But maybe they'll be announced next month and then they'll come out the month after. Well, we'll have to see. But I'm just glad the game's getting updated and getting content. It's fucking awesome. Bardock and Brawly are 2 amazing characters. Brawly has a brand new dynamic that changes the game, which is exactly what I wanted. Brawly was basically exactly the character I predicted him to be, with armor on attack. Perfect. Bardock was also the character I basically predicted him to be, with mostly up close range attacks, not very far away range attacks, just super up close rush down character. So, perfect. I don't even know what to expect from Vegito. I'm expecting some kind of like Goku Blue with like kind of weird attacks, and then having a Spirit Sword attack and just a big Final Flash Kamehameha, Final Kamehameha. I really don't know what to expect for Fuse Zamasu at all. I don't really know what to expect from him at all, but hopefully he's just really good. He'll probably have some weird, maybe a giant arm move, and besides that, probably more scythe and sword moves, maybe. He had some weird attacks, that's for sure. His level 3 will probably be the move where he's like on the cross. So, and then of course Goku and Vegito. I made a whole video just talking about only those 2 because it was such a shock to me that they would actually be guilty. And then we'll just have to see. 17 will probably have a lot of barrier moves. Hopefully he's really inspired from the entirety of the tournament of survival arc, because that'll make a big difference. having multiple layers of barriers to be able to use on all these barrier-based attacks. He really is his own brand new character now. He's been really reinvented from Dragon Ball Z, from the Android saga. He's really changed a lot. Cooler, I'm not sure what to expect besides maybe a slower version of Frieza that's bigger and stronger. Probably gonna have similar attacks. But alright, people are actually watching this now, so I'm gonna have to stop streaming. Because this is not supposed to be a real stream. This is just supposed to be me discussing what I think of the character placement ideas. So, people if you've left comments here, hopefully just make a comment on the actual video when it's up, which should be like instantly. That's why I'm streaming it like this, because it'll instantly automatically be a full video on YouTube for everyone to watch. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys. So I'm going to end this stream, and I'll have to catch you guys later next time.